chance to chat to you since the draw. First, what do you make of the Chorley for your next round in the FA Trophy?
Well, just being at home, you can't pick and choose who you're going to play and where you're going to play them. So we wanted a home draw. As I've said before, we've had the most away games in the league, and then on top of that we get Braintree away and we get Stockport away. So I don't think the draws have ever been overly kind to us and our start of the season with our away games. But still, that evens out over a period of time. So to have a draw at home in the cup is a bonus.
Yeah, and it's just about to even out, isn't it? I mean, you've got 7 games out of 9 now at home between now and the end of January. This is when you get your award.
Well, we get our reward for travelling. We won't get any reward if we don't work hard at it. And we just need it to become a difficult place to come and play against us. Not only for our players on the pitch against theirs, we need our supporters to be up for it and vocal as well.
And at this time of the year, this is when you're also hopefully going to be very grateful for the expenditure in the pitch.
Yeah, you're always going to be grateful for that. I mean, at the end of the day, the pitch is first class. We know that. So that's what it's enabled us to play the football we've played this year. The pitch is, as we say, it's first class. If you look at it now, there won't be a lot of difference between how it is now and come March and April when the growing season starts again. You'll hardly notice a difference. The pitch is absolutely superb. Yeah,
I mean, only had to think about Braintree last week, a very different experience, and your guys have the luxury of a decent home pitch.
Yeah, no, we do, and the training pitches as well. We have that. They're important, that correlation between what we do in training and what we do on a match day. Because if we'd have had a soil-based pitch this year, and then the surfaces that we've got, the hybrid surfaces down at the training ground, the mix and match of that would be difficult. And what I mean by that is difficult on muscles. We would probably have more muscle injuries. It's funny really, but some of the injuries that we've picked up have come when we've gone on to soil-based pitches this season. But that could have been even worse if we'd have had a soil-based pitch at home. So, whilst we've only got 23 occasions, we've got to look at other teams' pitches. It could have been a lot more if we'd have had a soil-based pitch here, and it could have been 46 games, if that makes sense. Some of the pitches that we've played on this season have been absolutely first class. When we look back, some of them have been really good. The one on Saturday, I mean, a lot of soil-based pitches. I think they had a game midweek on it as well, Braintree. So I did say at the time, congratulations to their groundsmen for getting the game on last week, because it was really, really difficult last week. The surrounding areas. I mean, the dugouts. We were in pools of water in the dugout as well. So, the weather last weekend was horrendous. So, like we said, we're very thankful to the groundsmen at Braintree for getting the game on.
I was flicking back last night too, when you met Boston in the season in glorious sunshine, a very different occasion back then. But
another good pitch.
Yeah,
it was another good pitch. The surface at Boston was first class when we went up there early in the season, and we know a few things have changed since then. And I'm sure that Graham will go in there and he'll do a good job for him. I'm absolutely sure about that. And we just don't want it to start with us, if that makes sense. So, he's had a few games already, but we're looking forward to the game at the weekend, and I look forward to seeing him.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously had a tough start to the season with a new manager. Have you noticed Graham doing anything differently straight away?
Well, it's funny early on because, I think what he's done is chopped and changed a few formations early on. Some that he'll think, he'll go with that again. And others they've changed mid-game. And some have been really occupied by the weather that we've looked at. So it is quite difficult to get too much of a pattern of what they'll do. So therefore our focus this week has been heavily on ourselves.
Also looking back, of course, relive the memory of Liam Sercombe's halfway line strike. How is Sercs getting on?
Yeah, good. I mean, he could be involved this week, so that's a bonus. It's his injury he's got over, but it was the secondary injury that probably slowed him down a little bit. So sometimes that's a benefit because it gives the original injury The second one that slowed him down was more of a niggle, but we couldn't get rid of the niggle, and therefore what had happened was he was compensating, working either way, and he probably then would have thrown more pressure back on the original injury. So we just had to shut it. We shut him down for probably 5 or 6 days, and then restarted him again, and hopefully that has hopefully been enough to sort that injury out. He's trained well this week.
And it's I guess kudos to your squad that you've managed to do so well without him as well, because he is a big member of your team at the start of the season.
Yeah, well, he still is. He's they're all big members of the team. The squad is the team, if you know what I mean. They are a team in there together. So we had a few weeks ago where we were struggling. When we played Weymouth in the cup, we were down to probably 5 bodies on the bench. 2 of them probably couldn't have gone on anyway. One of them didn't go on. After I said to him, "Where would you be?" and he wasn't sure. So that was a bit of an issue. So we've been short a few times, but going into the weekend now, we're starting to look on the up a little bit. Joe Quigley wasn't involved last week. On the morning of the game, he woke up and he was poorly. So yeah, that one was a little bit of a problem last week, because Cards did great, but Joe was down to start last week's game. So that was a little bit of a change round at the last minute, but we managed to navigate our way around that. And I thought, sometimes things work. Not that Quiggs wouldn't have had a good game, but I thought Cards had a really good game last week. So, yeah, they've done well, the strikers, but Joe was poorly last week. Yeah.
So it sounds like the squad coming together just at the right time at this busy Christmas New Year period.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you never count your chickens, really. So we're hoping that we can have certainly a clean bill of health for a little while. That would be nice.